Last night we went out to the garden and picked a lot of zucchini and cucumbers that need to be used up. We have more coming on every single day. So it's in that time period where you just spend like almost every single day in the kitchen canning or doing something. So today I need to make pickles, and I also need to make zucchini bread, and I need to make some butter and tea, and just there's quite a few things that I need to make in the kitchen today. So I'm just going to bring you guys along with me. These are the zucchini that we picked. I think there's like 14 here maybe. I can't remember. I counted them last night. I think there's 14. But today I'm going to make all of these into zucchini muffins. I may make 1 or 2 loaves of bread, but it's just easier for us to do the muffins because Ben likes to take them for breakfast, so I'll freeze them and then we will reheat them and eat them for like breakfast or a snack or whatever. They're super easy to have on hand, and we like to freeze them. That's the best way I've found to like keep them long periods of time. And then in the fridge is where the cucumbers are. I just have them sitting in cold water. It's the only way that I found to keep them fresh overnight and stuff. They start to get a little rubbery. So in there, they just stay really crisp until they are ready to pickle. So this bowl is what we ended up with of zucchini. It's a really big bowl. I don't know how many quarts it is, but as you can see, they were really juicy. So we're going to strain the juice off. This is my scrap bowl, and I'm going to give the juice to the chickens because they love it. still working on the zucchini muffins. This is like 3 batches in here, I think. And I only have 1 muffin tray, so it's taken me forever to bake it. So I'm just having to like lay them out here and let them cool. And once they cool completely, then I'll wrap them and put them in freezer bags and put them into the freezer. And the longest that we've ever kept them in the freezer is about 3 months, and they tasted perfectly fine. But typically we eat them within 3 months. And I actually still have a ton of zucchini, like a full bowl like this size that I put in the fridge, just because I ran out of eggs. It takes like, I'm doing a double batch every time I make it in the stand mixer. So it's taking 4 eggs per batch, and I've used all my eggs up. So I'll have to wait until I make some pickles. I have pickles over there cucumbers that I need to turn into pickles. And I don't like using these, but my dill is not ready. So usually I use fresh garlic and fresh dill, but like I said, mine's not ready. So I'm just going to use this, and hopefully they turn out fine. I think Ben actually prefers these. I can't remember. I need to write it down so I can remember, so I know who likes what, but I know that I like the fresh. And I think he likes these, but it may be the kosher he likes in this brand. So, I don't know, but we'll just see how they turn out, because I'd rather put something up, because we can always give them away if we don't like them, than to let them go to waste. So normally I always put the muffins in the Ziploc bag, but I wrap them first, usually in aluminum foil or unbleached wax paper or parchment paper. But I actually don't have enough of either to do all of them. So I'm actually going to experiment and not wrap any of them. I'm just going to stick them directly into the Ziploc bag and see how they do, and see if they get freezer burnt or just how long they last. So far I have 4 full dozen, and I can fit 12 in here, but if I wrap them, then I can only fit 9. So not wrapping them, you do save Ziploc bags. But I'm going to have to run to the store in a little bit because I am out of cupcake liners, so I put the extra batter that I still have mixed up in the fridge. And then I still have a ton of zucchini in there that I need to get some more eggs so that I can make up more batter to make more. Before I can put these in the freezer, we actually have to bring the freezer inside from outside. It's a deep freezer, and it's like a chest style. So we got it for free like a while back, but we never plugged it up to see if it worked. So it does work, So before I can put these in there, I actually have to clean the deep freeze and scrub it out and stuff, get it plugged up before I can do anything with these. Whenever Ben gets home, we're going to work on bringing that deep freeze into the dining room. Our dining room is literally just like a big mud room right now, and I also use it as my office. So there's just tons of canning stuff in here, and like this is where I keep all my jars. All of our canned food is in here, which we already need to bring another cabinet in from the barn so that we can have more room for canned food, because this is getting pretty full. The bottom half isn't full, but this top half is getting pretty full, so we are gonna have to get shelves put in the other one pretty soon, because right now I have hot kraut in there on the kitchen floor that somebody gave me a couple cabbage heads, so I decided to make hot kraut out of it, and it doesn't have anywhere to go. So we're gonna have to figure that out. We're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna make this work. I think maybe the deep freeze will go right here. Maybe we may be able to move the jars somewhere else. I packed these up from the basement. They need to be restacked over there, but there's a plug-in right here, so I'm thinking the deep freeze can sit right here, but I don't know if we'd be able to walk through there. But eventually all of this, I hope, would be out in the mudroom, which would be off the kitchen through this back door. But until we get, it would be through that door, and there's just going to be the add-on back on. And if you're here for a really long time, you remember the mudroom that was on the other side of this. And we had to tear it down as soon as we bought the house, just because it was completely falling down and the floor was just not structurally safe. It was just concrete pads. So we had to actually dig up the floor so that we could relieve the pressure, because the cellar wall is right here below this. So the cellar is below this kitchen and the bathroom, which is on the other side of this wall. So hopefully we can have a mudroom soon, but it's not looking good. We just don't have the budget for it. We really need to get the house insulated and stuff on the outside. As of right now, unless hay season does like wonderful, we just don't have the money and finances to do any renovations right now. Because every room in the house needs renovated, but we honestly look at it as priority. So we have a bedroom that we sleep in upstairs. Yeah, it's not pretty or anything like that, and our mattress is on the floor. We don't really care about that though. We live comfortably, so now that we have a kitchen, we have a functioning bathroom. It's just not fancy. It is very, very rough. So the bathroom is probably going to be our next project, the downstairs bathroom. And then after that, yeah, every room needs a lot of work and needs renovated, but I would really, really like a mudroom. And just to get it boxed in, like not do any drywall, not anything, literally just put the studs up, get a foundation down and stuff like that, we're looking at about $13,000. So before we ever do anything with that, we definitely have to get the outside of the house insulated first. This is the weirdest lighting ever, just because the sun is coming through there and it's evening sun, so the sun's setting and it's orange. But we just now packed in this deep freeze. It desperately needs to be cleaned. It's been outside and in the barn forever, and before that it wasn't plugged up and wasn't used, so I just need to clean everything out of it and just scrub it down really good. I just now finished cleaning the freezer. As you can see, it's got some damage on it. It was outside on a wagon forever, and before we got it, so it sat out in the weather, so it does have some rust spots and dings and stuff like that, but we do not care. It works. That what's left is rust spots also, but I did get the majority of everything else out, and it is shiny and clean, but we just have to live with the rust spots. But hey, it's a free freezer, so I'm not complaining. Now got the zucchini put in here, the zucchini red, and tomorrow I'm going to finish baking it. I just did not have time today, but once they freeze laying down, I should be able to stand them up and fit way more in here. And then down in the bottom I just have some jars of buttermilk that I'm freezing. But now we have plenty of room, and especially because our meat chickens, they're going to be ready in about 4 to 6 weeks. We should be able to take them to butcher. But now we have the freezer space for the chickens to go into.